Good evening, this is the Oscar expert here with Brother Bro, and it's time to review One Life. This is directed by James Hawes, stars Anthony Hopkins, and he plays a real British man who helped to evacuate hundreds of children before they would have been sent to concentration camps. The true story itself is so emotionally meaty, and you know what the lesson of the movie is going to be. You know why it's inspiring. And of course, this is a figure that we should watch and study and perhaps make movies about. At the same time, you could have fed an AI a bunch of British period films and it could have directed this movie for you and it would have been like exactly what you think it is. I saw the trailer and the movie was so exactly what I thought it was gonna be from the trailer.
Just a brown movie overall, honestly. The production design, costumes, the lighting, everything that's colored is some variation of the color brown.
Because that's what period aesthetics look
apparently like colors didn't exist. The film has really no style of its own. It has no like individual artistic vision. For about half of the runtime, it flashes back to the actual mission and how that stuff proceeded. And all of that stuff was very boring to me. There's no real interesting details given in this film except for how things were done. I also found the Anthony Hopkins storyline that was happening throughout that wasn't the end to be boring. I mean, it's him going around with the photo book and seeing where it might end up in a museum or what. It's interested in many details and scenes that I don't think we're getting anything out of whatsoever. Biopics are often much too satisfied when they have a heroic and brave and obviously morally correct figure at the center to make them plain and likable, and that's it. And they also have a tendency to believe that it's enough to not do anything else except for show the things that happen. No need to tell us about the character and like why they are who they are. No reason for people to really wrestle with anything on the inside because they're so strongly motivated to complete their goal. I was really zoned out by how drab the presentation was. Not just visually, but story-wise also. I didn't feel attached to the characters. I just felt that I was watching an event that people cared about because the person's a good person, do the things that the good person does. And the main character, played by the younger version of Anthony Hopkins, felt like he had no personality whatsoever, and I wanted to go to sleep. But I would have liked to wake up for the last act, because I think the last act was worth watching. It was worth witnessing that moment. Many people around me were sniffling. My goodness, I've almost never heard that many people cry in a theater. But at that point, I was checked out. And it was just a layup. It was easy to make people cry because the thing that happens is so poignant.
Anthony Hopkins was the only performance that I cared about. You have a little bit of Helena Bonham Carter and a little bit of Jonathan Pryce, but it doesn't really matter to me. Anthony Hopkins, I mean, when he cries, you know, you feel that. Because you feel it.
You really get the sense with Anthony Hopkins that he's just never acting. And he has such an amazing ability to just be a character delivering lines as them and then to cry as them and to feel all of the pain that they felt. My goodness, this man can act. And that's part of why it was really working on the audience at the end. I have to say the score was good. The score was quite powerful. There were some dramatic strings that happened at those moments, and that also really helped people cry.
I mean, but yeah.
But the movie, you know, overall, look, I don't give it many points for that, because it was just too easy. The whole project, all the money they spent on this just felt like it was so easy and they didn't try to do anything else except for, wow, that happened.
Rare to see a movie where there is so little stylistically interesting about the movie. Actually, maybe nothing. Maybe not one stylistic choice that was interesting about the movie.
Every shot, the faces are lit the same exact way. The same colors are used scene to scene.
The question I had after seeing this movie was, if the story is that good, maybe there is a justification to just go on autopilot. You know, as much as me, as somebody who loves filmmakers that are taking risks and are trying to utilize the cinematic language in an interesting way, I mean, that didn't need to be done for the movie to work its magic on the audience.
Apparently. There's a lot more movie than the ending, though. And I honestly don't know how people were engaged throughout.
You know, if I didn't take a little 15-minute nap, I might not have been engaged. And my nap is well justified. It didn't matter because I knew so much what was going to happen. I can review the movie having napped a little bit in the movie because it was fine to do it.
After this review, I'm going to watch the YouTube TV clip of the thing that made people cry. And I guarantee that it will make me feel more than the movie did. It will make the movie have no reason to exist.
I think I will remember the story, but I won't remember the movie. I'm like pretty split down whether or not I like it or not. So I don't know, 5 or 6, who knows?
I'm a 4 on this one.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing.
Have you done anything in your life a fraction as heroic as this man has?